Well, we're back in the tractor this evening. I went to Minnesota a couple days ago and picked up some cover crop seed. And I'm renting the drill from the neighbor / borrowing, I don't know, whatever, however that works. And we're trying to get some winter rye drilled on these corn stalks. And, yeah. I know, it's green, but, you know, you gotta take what you can get, I guess. We got it set for 120 pounds per acre, and it's, I don't know, it's got seed trickling out back there, I see, so it must be working. I hope it's working. Yeah, it's got a few hoses that are missing, but it's still putting it on the ground.
No, they're not missing.
So anyway, there we are. It's the end of October and we're putting on rye seed. Pretty neat. I've never drilled before, so yeah. Had to take a quick little pit break. DJ brought the bucket and the squeegee down here and we got the windows cleaned up. Man, they were filthy. And I've got a can of spray we use on the inside. I don't want all the water in here. So now we got the windows pretty well cleaned up. And show comedian how to run the drill.
Get out of here.
What's the matter? You a little bit camera shy? Alright, let's get going. Alright, now it's morning again. It got dark last night and he ran just about empty. I was having a hard time seeing his tracks. Obviously when it's dark and you have no markers. I mean, well, we have markers, but through this worked up field you couldn't see your marks through that stuff anyway. So we quit last night, waited till this morning, got it filled up again, and we're going. Now I'm gonna go get some oil and a grease gun and get this thing checked out and get this hooked on. Had to get it drug out of the shed, so I drove the skid loader down here, and that's all I got here to drive, so I'll have to drive it back down to the house. Yeah. Oh. Well, here we go. First bit of soybeans. I haven't got a moisture test on them yet, so I'm not sure if they're clunking through because they're wet or if I'm clunking through because there's a little bit of foxtail coming in. So just kind of going easy here to start with so we can get a sample and we don't have any breakdown screw ups because we don't know what the moisture is yet. So then we got some shit sitting over there on that side. Trying to run the auger, or the reel rather, up high enough that we aren't knocking a lot of beans off, but then it wants to sit over there on that side. So I'm almost, I think I've about got enough in here to get a moisture sample. Around this tree here and we'll hop out and have a look. Boom, boom, boom. Man, I don't like that sound. Okay. Read that? No? Oh shoot, I just spilled my sample. Well, anyway, saying 13.3. Well, that's dry enough. They're just going to go in the bin. Would like them just to be a little bit drier, so I imagine they will be as the day carries on here, because it's awful windy and the sun's out nice, so they'll dry down quite a bit yet. Let's do another sample here just to be safe. Okay, got her filled back up. 13.6. I don't know if you saw it there, you can kind of see it. Well, that's really that's okay. We can probably run that and be all right in the bin, but it'd be nice if it was just a little bit drier. I don't know. The bin we're using doesn't have any fans on it. So hold on just a second. I gotta put this back in the motor. There we go. Okay. So I imagine we can probably run a little bit more. Go see what the sample is at the other end. We're right here in the middle. Let's do that. Let's go up here a ways. See if it's any drier. That away. There's off. Like they're a little bit tough yet. Man, I wouldn't think they would do with all this wind going on. Whatever it was, it quit. I hope it didn't break. Shorter beans here. Too bad, really pretty clean over here. We walked several of these roads. We didn't get much over into there. I hired a high school kid to come do some walking, and I don't know, he seemed kind of like he didn't really want to walk it. It's not surprising. Most high school kids don't like walking soybeans. But anyway, the weeds get pretty heavy over there in that corner. Foxtail is a little more. Okay, we'll do another moisture test here. Soybeans. $13.9. Oh no. We might just have to turn around and quit for a while. Come back this afternoon. That thumping I'm hearing, I'm pretty sure, is the soybean stems, because they're not quite dry enough yet, really. They're just a little bit on the tough side. Like they're cracking and breaking with my hand, but they're not really, you know, pretty flimsy like they should be. They're just kind of tough. I'm sure that's what's going on, and they're coming out in the back all stringy yet, half ripped or half shattered. So anyway, so the 14 is just a little bit pushing it. I'd like to stay down around 13.5 to 13 on the moisture, so maybe I'll just stay out here away from the corner, away from the river edge a little while and see how this up here is doing. Check the moisture on these here again in a little bit. Otherwise we'll have to go do something else for a while. Got some crap building up on the corner of the auger over here, or the corner of the head. I'm going to go address that. I think it's just dirt. Kind of run into that when you got cultivator ridges out here. It just wants to plow down just enough into those ridges that you're picking up some of that dirt. Here's what it is. It's a ball up of dirt, bean stems, but mostly dirt. Thought we had that problem addressed last year, but evidently not. Let's see if I can adjust the head The auto header height's down just a little bit, so it's not like this, it's more like this, and that's, I think that some of it we was trying to do last year, but we're stopped. Let's do another moisture test. Ooh, that's better. That one says 12.9. Well, I guess if I just stay out here in the open where the wind is really blowing good, maybe we'll be okay. Yeah, let's just keep doing that. Oh shoot. Looks like DJ's out of rye seed or done or one or the other. I'll have to go up and help him get set up with that. Okay, I got him filled back up. He's going to keep going. He's got about another 20 acres to go today. Shouldn't take more than a couple hours. And I'm going to shut this off for a minute. I'm going to go get the roller packer and run this seeded rye down. We're going to mow that next year instead of plowing it under. That will do two things. That'll smooth the ground down pretty nice, and a couple of those rubber boots on the drill are missing or broke, so it's just kind of dribbling the rye on the surface. So if I can run that roller packer over it, that will confirm that the seed makes a good soil contact and will help it grow even though it's just on the surface. So well, there we go. Smoothing her out. That'll make an awful nice seed bed for next year's rye. Sure make her smooth for mowing. Dog. Oh, poor dog. That's what we're gonna pick up. Anyway, now I'm gonna go down and try to run some more beans. Hopefully they have dried down enough. They won't be thumping going through here. Really don't have to get in a super big hurry. We do have a few days of sunshine and 70 degrees coming through, so that's nice. But when you're trying to run a bunch of acres through the combine and get several acres drilled and rolled, and yeah, there's no time for screwing around. You gotta hammer down. Okay, so we're still thumping a little bit, but that was a pretty big wad of foxtail and other shit going through there. So I think leaving her sit for a few hours definitely helped out quite a bit. She's eating her pretty good now, not bothering. There's quite a few soybeans there. I didn't think these were quite nearly this tall, and this is fantastic. So hope these yield pretty good. They look like they're going to. That's a lot of soybeans. Man, they're hitting the window. Right there is what I like to see for organic soybeans. Button weed there and the button weed there, but for the most part pretty clean. Now this was the only field this year that we were able to run the tine weeder on, and for the longest time this was the cleanest field of soybeans we had. So I'm attributing the tine weeder to that. Now some of the other fields have clean spots as well, but the only difference was it didn't have the tine weeder on, and we still used the drag harrows. So the drag harrow tine weeder, anytime you can get in early, right after planting, really cuts down on your amount of weed you got coming in. Now I keep backing up because we're getting a little bit of push. You can see that wad right there on the ground. It's kind of in the shadow. Getting just a little bit of push. I don't want that to get built up where we got a big mound of crap in front of the head. So I'll just back up quick and get that out of the way. But yeah, pretty nice clean soybeans right here. Well, good enough for today. DJ's got the drilling done. See, always a comedian. He's got the drilling done, and I've got several acres of beans out. The back hopper on this wagon is clear full. There's a tiny little bit in the front, so it's probably, well, there'll be 100, 180, 200 bushel in there. So we've got a good start. Now, that'll be all for today. We'll check back in tomorrow.